Hi, my name's Salvatore Sorce. I'm one of the voice and accent coaches here at the London School of English. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 public speaking tips that will help make a massive difference to you when you're at a conference, when you're in a team meeting, when you're presenting to a group of people. These tips will underpin everything that you do and make you a more confident speaker. So, in order to facilitate what I want you to do, I'm going to need you to stand and join me because I'm standing and you're going to need to be aware of what's going on with your body, because the 5 things that we're going to cover here are today: posture and how it underpins how we breathe. If we are good with our posture and our breath, it's actually going to facilitate good use of tone in the voice. And then we're going to look at resonance, how we create power within the voice. And with resonance, how do we get that message across clearly? How do we articulate what we're saying so each word manages to get to the back row of the audience or to each attendee at that meeting? Okay, so first things first, we need to look at the posture. Can you stand? Come on. Up you get. Stand, bring your feet hip width apart. So I want you to imagine that you are standing with your feet very firmly on the floor, as if you're thinking the weight into the floor. Most people, when they're doing a presentation, are too nervous. So what happens is their feet are kind of slightly lifted and raised off the floor. What this does is it creates tension in the knees, in the thighs, in the abs. If your abs are tight, you won't be able to breathe easily down there. It will create tension for you, and tension creates nerves, and that's not good for a presentation. So I want you to find a way to connect with the floor. The best way to do this right now is to go on your tiptoes. Go on your tiptoes and really put a lot of effort into your balls of your feet, pushing the weight down into the floor. You may be teetering back and forth right now going, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay, don't worry about it. After a minute, just come back to the floor. Your feet will be breathing a sigh of relief because all the muscles that were bunched are now relaxed. And you'll notice there seems to be a more firmer contact with the floor. By the way, take your shoes off and do that again, just in case you were doing that with shoes on. If you weren't, good on you. Right, okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to think about the weight being evenly distributed between the front and the back of the foot. Just unlock your knees, this will help it. Okay, so there should be a slight amount of weight on the ball of the foot, but in the middle of the foot and the back is really where you're going to concentrate a lot more of the weight of your body. Allow the foot to feel like it's relaxing sideways as well as lengthways. So imagine that you're standing on a hot sandy beach and the feet are just kind of smushing into the sand, so they're really relaxing. Or think of your feet like 2 blocks of butter on a hot griddle pan that are just melting into the griddle pan. Or that your feet are growing into the floor. Feel the weight absolutely pouring down your body into the floor. The knees have to be soft. If you've locked your knees, what will happen is you'll end up with tightness in your abdominal area, which means you won't be able to breathe properly. Be mindful of that. With your pelvis, I want you to think that you've got a long tail from the base of your pelvis, from the base of your bum, that's coming through that gap into your legs just about a foot in front of you. So it's basically what it's doing is just turning the pelvis slightly under, ever so slightly under. I don't want you holding on abs, just want you to think length in spine. What generally happens when we're presenting is we do this, duck back, which is not good. It's not good at all. It's creating tension. The more we think of bending the knees and allowing the spine the length, we're going to get a deeper breath, and that's really important. Think the abs nice and soft, think the chest, oh, no tension, it's just easy, just let it go and just roll the shoulders slightly backwards and roll them forwards, okay? I want you to think that the left shoulder is going to the left side of the room and the right shoulder is going to the right side of the room, so you've suddenly got this space within the body. And think of depth within the body, that the back is actually reaching to the wall behind you. The neck is long, the top of the head is going towards the ceiling, so you've got length through the top of the spine, and through the base of the spine. So you've got this lovely long spine. Face is straight forward. chin is square to the chest. If your chin does this, you're going to lock off the voice. If your chin does this, you're going to lock off the voice. You can already hear what's happening with my voice right now when I do that. If I bring my face directly looking at you in the eye, my voice is going to, my larynx, this area here where the voice is made, is going to be in the optimal position. Okay, now that we've got that, we've got the shoulders released, make sure your knees are unlocked. Okay, now that we've got that, let's look at how we're going to breathe, because that's really important. What's your favourite smell? Can you think about it right now? Think about that favourite smell, and it's about here, away from you. And all I want you to do is breathe in that favourite smell into the body, slowly. So I want you to breathe it into a count of 10. So I'm going to do it with you. So breathe everything out. You're going to breathe in through the nose. That's 10. And breathe it out. What you're trying to do is create a space within the body where the breath easily comes in. If you felt that you had got to 7 and you were already out, you couldn't take any more in, you're breathing in too fast. That's okay. Just breathe in slowly. What we're trying to do, most people breathe as if they've got a triangle in their body where the breath sits up here. So it's a bit like this. What I'm trying to do is to get you to breathe so you've got more of the triangle the other way around, so you've got more space down here. So just try that again, one more time. Breathe everything out, blow it all out. And then you're going to breathe into 10. And blow it out. Easy, easy. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, just take a big deep breath. Well, yeah, that's okay. But if you're breathing into here, into the chest, which is not where we want you to breathe, we want you to breathe into the stomach, because that's going to release and make it feel a lot easier. Think about the sort of breathing you have when you're sat down watching your favourite TV show and it's all really released here, or even when you're in bed and you can feel your stomach rise and fall. That's the kind of breathing you need to have for public speaking, because it needs to be that free, that relaxed, that tension-less. Okay? Now, if we are, you can't just think of doing that twice. You actually need to do that for a little bit of time. If you're finding that you're about to go and do public speaking and your body's starting to get very, very tense and very, very nervous, one of the things that I do is I actually take control of my body. So I want you to think that you are telling a small child, and I'm using breath here again. Breath is so powerful, it can really change everything that you do. I'm using my breath here to take control of my body rather than let my body take control of me. So I want you to imagine that you've got a small child in front of you, God love them, but they're making too much noise and you want them to be quiet. So you just say the word, you just say this, shh, shh. What you're doing is engaging the abdominal area and the diaphragm here, which is a power muscle to really get the breath working for you. So I'm going to do it 10 times. I'm going to take a breath in. Once you've done that, you'll find that A, the voice sounds a little bit different anyway, but you're also less tension in the body. The body's going, oh my God, what did you just do to me? Chill out, leave me alone. I don't want to be attacked like this. You're not attacking the body, you're just taking control. So if you think of in terms of how are you controlling your breath, that's one way of doing it. It also forces the body to understand you are in control of this output of breath. So let's try it again. In. And let it go. Okay, now that we've got that breath control going on there, we understand the output. What I want you to think about is how you're going to use the breath to control the breath out. Because a lot of people, when they're speaking in public, they can actually over-breathe. So it's like, hi, my name's Salvatore, how you doing? And we don't really want that, because that sounds too blustery. So all we really need is a real connected breath use, efficient use of breath, and voice. So here we're going to use something like along the lines of, "Hi, my name's Salvatore, I'm a voice and accent coach." Okay, so when we're using the voice, we need to really make sure that the contact is really clean with the voice. So we're not speaking in terms of, "Hi, how are you?" because that's using too much breath. We really want more of a, "Hi, how are you?" You. We want a more connected tone with the breath, with the voice. We don't need, less of what we don't need. How about what we do need? That's probably better to think about. I want you to think that the voice is like a violin, and this tone is rich and vibrant, and it's there for you to use at your own pleasure. So we're going to do a small exercise which is going to really engage the voice. So I want you to say the word sing. So we're going to say the word sing, and we're going to hold on to it. So this may take a couple of minutes, but that's okay. I'll do it a couple of times, but then in your own time, this is where you're going to need to play with it a little bit more. So take the breath in as if you're breathing in your favorite smell. Sing. If you notice something I did there, I smiled. A smile immediately lifts the soft palate, a part of the mouth which can act as a bit of a damper to the voice. So smiling actually lifts that damper out of the way, and what you end up with is a little bit more resonance as well. I'm kind of running through this a little bit, but this is giving you more of an overview. If you're needing more detail, we can go there another time. So sing. Get that connection really lovely with the voice. If you do that for about 5 minutes a day, 3 times a day, I promise you the vocal quality is going to become so much more stronger. If we want to look at resonance and how we use resonance within the voice, we're going to have to explore the range of the voice. So here again, we use the same exercise of sing, but this time we can go up. Sing. Let that go, and then take it back to the middle again. Sing. Take it back down to the from the middle down to the bottom. Sing. And then do what I call wailed song, where you can already hear my voice is changing. You can already hear my voice is changing. So we'll do a little bit of whale song, which is basically like this. Imagine that you hear a whale. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? And you hear Dory doing that ooh sounds. We're doing that on sing. So it works like this. Sing. And what you're doing, eventually over a period of time, what you'll do is strengthen up the voice. So, is it important to do this before every time that you do a presentation? I would say yes. I would absolutely say yes. You don't have to spend as long as we have here today. When I do a presentation, I definitely go off, make sure that I'm centered with my posture, make sure that my breathing is into my belly, make sure that my tone is connected, and also make sure that my body's not taking over me. So I'm definitely using shh, 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 shh before I go into my tone work, and then using my resonance. So I start opening the mouth and actually using more range within my voice. As far as articulation is concerned, what I need you to think about here is look at what you're saying. Look at what you're saying. Those final consonants are going to be your savior. Because a lot of people, when they're speaking, will kind of drop a final consonant because they're not feeling too confident in the quality of what it is they're saying. So, or they may not really be clear on what it is they're saying. Be clear on what the message is you're trying to put across. The minute you are, the more clarity you have within your spoken speech. So, think in terms of the final consonants. Think in terms of middle consonants like facilitate, corroborate. Words like that which have real beautiful sounds in the middle. Use those sounds. That's what is the heart of articulation, really embodying those sounds. There's so much we can show you with how to help you with your public speaking in a public arena, conferences, team meetings. Let us show you what we can do. Contact us if you're interested in finding out more. Contact us at the London School of English, the Voice and Accent Teaching Department, and we'll be happy to help. Find us online or contact us directly. Thank you.